For more, we can bring in Osama Rizvi, founder of Rizvi Insights. Good morning, Osama. Thank you so much for joining us. So it was a tense weekend, but now there does seem to be an agreement on the table to talk. Should we treat this announcement, though, with a degree of scepticism?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I think, as we've discussed before, we will see this back and forth, and the MOU will continue to be very fragile in its nature. It has to be like that. But when I look at from a fundamental or practical point of view, even for the US side, the cost of inaction clearly outweighs that of the action. So if they go down further the path of escalation or a war, we will see a host of problems propping up, from US Treasury yields rising to 5%, which has never happened before. And every time they neared 5%, we saw some sort of good news being released into the market. We will see oil prices once again rising up, election year, and so on and so forth. Whereas the cost of inaction would only be a loss of political capital. And if you look at the figures recently, it has already been depleting. So I think a practical and more sane way would be to go down the inaction pathway. And I think that is more probable, hopefully.
And of course, we've seen the last couple of days tit-for-tat exchanges with Iran, making it very clear, Osama, that they would be controlling the Strait of Hormuz. What's the biggest risk, do you think, in the next few days?
I think, to borrow Bradford DeLong's word, this whole situation regarding Hormuz is a densely braided Gordian knot. So this ought to have such repercussions that nobody can understand. It will remain, unfortunately, as far as I see from a geopolitical point of view, it will remain under the control of Iran. Nobody will be able to open it from maybe other than diplomacy. But at the same moment, at the same time, I think shipments and tankers will continue to flow because it serves both the sides.
Well, you mentioned that word diplomacy. Is there any realistic chance now for diplomacy?
I think it is. The longer we go on without any serious escalation, the better the chances become of this conflict being resolved through diplomacy. However, we have to look at the past. We have to look at Israel. We have to look at Lebanon. There are so many actors involved. So I think it will remain precarious. It is tenuous. And the situation will keep everyone and all the markets on the edge of their seats.
Very much on their toes. And just regarding the markets, we saw oil prices spiking since the attacks actually resumed. What are you looking out for this week?
Oil prices are actually an oddity at the moment. If you look at the fundamentals, US stocks are at 20 years lowest point. There is no reality in which WTI can be where it is right now. So either oil prices will reassess the risks and rise, or maybe remain range bound. I don't see them following to levels like 40 or 50 anytime soon.
OK, Osama Rizvi there with his eye on the ball. Thank you so much for your insights, as always.